Welcome back to the timemaxx update. How are we doing? It's been a crazy 2 weeks since I posted a video. Last video I was at the Swiss Nomad Fest in Switzerland, and the week after that I was in the Retreat Academy, and just recently I've made it back home to Puglia. The Swiss Fest was so incredibly fun. I had the Retreat Academy straight after that, where I was doing videography, and I was one of the guest speakers at the retreat. I've just today finished all the work from the Retreat Academy, so I've done a highlight video, I've done some reels, some content, and it feels great to have that boxed off and to be able to relax from that. The past 2 weeks have been so intense. I barely remember them. I haven't sat down until I was sort of writing the script for this video. I haven't sat down and processed everything that's gone on. It feels like I've been on this incredible expedition to a faraway magical land, which is basically true. Switzerland, the place we were in Switzerland was absolutely beautiful. And now I'm back home at La Vita Succa in Italy. Where to begin? The past 2 weeks for me really represent so much transformation, not only business-wise, but also spiritually. It's I went in as one person and I've come out the other end completely transformed. It's the first time I've attended any sort of networking event like ever. The first time I gave workshops, I gave 2 workshops, one at the Swiss Nomad Fest and one at the Retreat Academy, which I really enjoyed and went really well. I made some incredible content from the retreat, met so many beautiful people. And at the festival, we went to these amazing spas. We went and swam in lakes. We rode scooters down mountains. We danced together. We did breath work, played board games. We played frisbee and just ate amazing food. And the retreat was something else in general, which I'll talk about now. So quite a few of us came from the Nomad Fest to the retreat, and a few have also joined. Aside from just the overall amazing experiences, the bonding, the food, the talks, the workshops, the good times we had at the retreat, there are 3 sort of pivotal moments from the retreat which were completely, what's the best way to say this, reality shifting, or just not life-changing, but I don't know, just incredible experiences. It was the first sort of pivotal moment was this workshop by Christina, which was called Business Constellations. And it's not astrology. I want to clarify that. As a Christian, I wouldn't be involved in it if it was astrology. But it's essentially, the best way you can describe it is it's you and a group of people, and say, for example, you're here and you're going to do the constellation. It's you let your body guide you. It's all these people represent different parts of you and maybe your business and things you're trying to work on. And through body, through letting the body and intuition lead you to sort of figure out these problems. Say you start the workshop, Christina asks you, okay, what it is you want to work on? And I said, okay, I want more clients. I stand up and I let my body just choose someone from this circle we're in to represent either me, my ideal clients, or a blockage that is stopping me from getting to these ideal clients. And then you ask them to stand up and you ask them to represent you or your business or the blockage. And they all stand up, and then Christina just says, okay, let your body guide you to stand somewhere in the circle, and you just stand somewhere wherever you feel like standing. Christina would start asking questions after that. And it was just so incredible what happened and how much she was able to figure out from letting other people embody different parts of my business without even saying anything. So essentially what happened was, at the start, my ideal clients, they couldn't see, they could see me, but they didn't know that I was the right guy for them, pretty much, for their business. And so there was a blockage in between me and my ideal clients. But this blockage was also a place where I found comfort. So I would go to the blockage for comfort, but it was also stopping me from reaching these ideal clients. So eventually, another person comes in and embodies a resource. We don't know what that resource is, but they just embody the resource. And when I connected to this resource, it was Tim, who was embodying me, was sort of hunched over. And then when he connected to the resource, he was able to stick his chest out and be proud. and show off, and then the ideal clients could then see me, and then they knew that I was the one for them, and then we would work together, and then everybody was happy. And so I was like sort of tearing up in this workshop. And so the main thing that Christina said to me was, focus on finding your resource and what's going to drive you forward, and forget about the blockage. Like, just leave the blockage behind and focus on finding the resource that's going to drive you forward. And I was like, it felt really true. And I was just like, damn, wow. Anyway, second pivotal moment that happened. So for context, over the past few months, one of the central themes of my prayers have been, Lord, how do I get closer to you? How do I deepen my faith? How do I strengthen my relationship with you? How do I get to know you better? And so I had this one session in the infrared sauna at the retreat. It was on my own. I had it on max temperature, which is it's like 60 degrees, which for a sauna I don't think is a lot. But that was at the max it would go. I did 50 minutes, and I took my speaker in with me, and I put on some Christian Orthodox chants. And I went into the deepest prayer I've ever been into. I had goosebumps in the sauna. I was just repeating Lord, renew me, make me into a new man, cleanse me of my sins, and bring me closer to you. And I was just repeating that and variations of that, and just, Lord, renew me, cleanse me. And so one of my favorite verses is Ephesians 4, chapter 4, verse 22 to 24. You were taught, with regard to your former way of life, to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. So that's one of my favorite verses right now. And so that was the main thing of what I was praying for then, and what I'm also praying for right now. And so that was the inspiration for this prayer. And it was either that night or the night afterwards. I was journaling to God, and after having a very spiritual conversation with Pat, one of the people there, everything clicked. So recently I've been very low on money. I've lost material things. I'm away from home, away from my family, away from my friends. And then it clicked when I was writing. I was like, I've been praying to God to get closer to him. Of course he's going to take away all these worldly things from me. Of course he's going to take away the love of the world out of me so I can be closer to him. I'm asking to be closer to him, and so he's taking these things away from me so I can focus less on them and focus more on him. And it was it's all been a test from God. I ask to get closer to him, and then he takes something away, and that's him saying, are you sure? And then I keep asking, Lord, I want to get closer to you. I want to be closer to you. He takes another thing away. He asks again, are you sure? I keep asking. He takes more things away. Are you sure? And it's just going and going and going again. And so I was writing this to God, and it was okay, so God is testing me and asking me, do I really want a relationship with him? Do I really want him to be part of my life? And then I just wrote in big bold letters, yes. Anyway, so I go to sleep. And the third pivotal moment. So the next day, we're doing a breathwork workshop, a breathwork session. And I had a crazy vision. So part of it I can't tell you just yet. But what I can tell you is that Christ revealed himself to me. This huge bright light came out of the sky, and I look up, and Jesus is coming down from the sky, and he just gives me this big hug. He just gives me this really big hug, and I'm bawling my eyes out right now. I'm crying tears of joy. I'm getting a bit emotional, thinking about it now and talking about it. But I was lying there and I was crying, and then in my head I was like, he is real, and then I was crying even more. And it was so beautiful just to have that encounter with Jesus after asking him, Lord, can I get close to you? Can I get close to you? Can I get closer to you? Another thing as well I forgot to mention just then was I've also been asking in my prayer, Lord, can you reveal yourself to me? Not in a way to challenge your faith, but in a way to know you better and to have more of a relationship with you, because I want to be close to you. And then it's all those prayers all finally clicking. You know, ask and it shall be given to you, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be opened. It was just like such a beautiful moment. And so like everything at that point made sense, like the realization I'd had the night before, saying 100% yes to God. And then the workshop a few days previous to that, it just all clicked. I met on this trip as well, these past 2 weeks, I met so many Christians, which was just amazing to me because I've only ever met one other Christian my age, just in general. Like when I was traveling in July, I met a Christian girl, a bit my hometown. Everyone in my church is just like older people, which is fine, but like obviously there's no one my age. So it was great to meet people who are my age, who were also Christians, also believers. So yeah, God is so good, so good. Super grateful, and like after that I was just full of confidence. It's just like the whole world can go against me. I've literally got Christ on my side. I've got God on my side. Like, let's go. I was just like, let's go. So it was truly an incredible retreat. Not just those 3 things that happened, but like everything that happened. The dinners, the food, the conversations, the laughs, the workshops, the hikes, the activities we did together. It was beautiful. So yeah, big thanks to Federico and Alessio and Philip for putting that on. You can check out my previous video if you want to see the highlight from that. And after the retreat as well, I met with one of my clients, which was amazing. And one of the girls from the retreat also came with us, and so we went to Lake Geneva. We swam in Lake Geneva, which was beautiful. We had some amazing food. And we also went to my client's house, and she introduced us to her family, and we had food there, and that was just really good. There's so much more detail I could go into with the past 2 weeks. It was so intense, but this video will be like hours long, and I have not got time to edit that. So personal brand growth update. LinkedIn, we are at 2,561 followers. So that's up 116 from last week, or the previous video. Email, we're at 35 subscribers, that's up 7. Instagram, we're at 177, that's up 23 from last video. YouTube, we're at 27, that's up 8. All in the green, that's pretty good, can't complain. Yeah, just ticking along now. Now that I'm back home in Italy, I can focus more on being even more bullish with content. I need to double down on email, Instagram, and yeah, just it's good to have a home base again and to settle down, to be able to like focus. This next quarter now, like this last couple months of the year, big push, big push. So closing verse of the week, we're going to stick Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. This is just essentially what I'm striving for right now, to, especially since Christ revealed himself to me, I am just craving prayer and craving more like spiritual growth and to be even closer to him. And I'm craving, my sinful desires are becoming less and less and less. And I'm just praying to be made into this new man. So I had, one of the other visions I had in this breathwork session was also a vision of my future self. I saw my future self and I gave him a hug. And so I'm praying to be made new. And that being made new is coming through prayer, it's coming through spiritual growth, and it's also coming through daily actions, moving the needle forward daily, and every day, no matter what, just getting up and getting things done, no matter how I feel. Big things are coming. There's so much more going on that I just can't fit into this one video. I don't want to make this too long. But yeah, big things coming. Keep the faith, keep working hard, and see you next week.